everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you are enjoying your day so far. It is chilly here in Charleston. I just got back from doing a home inspection and a walkthrough for 2 different clients, and it is chilly out there. So anyway, I hope you're staying warm. I'm so excited to pop on today and go over everything for week 3 of our home buyer mini series. So this week we are talking about, in my opinion, what the most fun part of this whole process is, except closing day, which is showings. This is when you actually get to go out, start touring homes, start looking at different houses, different neighborhoods, seeing what you like in person, what you don't like in person. So this is what leads you to your new home. So it's really, really exciting, and we just love the house hunting part of it. So obviously we are in a really crazy market here right now with super low inventory. So today we're going to talk about not only what showings entail, but also a couple tips to help you navigate it as a buyer. So I'm going to go over about 5 tips today on what you can do to help navigate this crazy market. So the first thing in the showing process is, for us, we take our buyer and we look at their home wants and needs analysis, and we go to work. That's when we start, seeing what's on the market, scheduling those showings for our clients, and also, hunting off market as well if there's not anything on the market where they're looking, or certain neighborhoods. So this is the fun part for us. We like to gather all the showings and do as many at once as possible. And I'm going to go over why in just a minute. So this is when we contact you. We say, here is the list that we pulled. Which ones of these would you like to see? Are there any others that you would like to add? And then we go out and we actually physically go and look at the house. With COVID right now, we are offering virtual showings, so that is an option as well if you're just not comfortable going out into someone else's home right now. We can absolutely offer that. So we go, we look at the houses, and if one sticks out to you, we write an offer, and I'll get into that next week. But right now we're going to talk about 5 tips of what to do during showings, what are certain things to look at when you're out at showings, what your realtor should be doing, questions to ask them. So let's get into that. So the first thing to think about is, after you do that wants and needs analysis with your realtor, and you look at stuff that's super important to you, and you start looking online, because that's what you're going to start doing in your free time, is scrolling on real estate sites to look at homes that are available. Make sure you're looking at a website that is in real time with MLS. A lot of websites out there don't update automatically, and with how fast our market is moving, it could say that a house is still available and really it went under contract 10 hours ago and it hasn't been updated yet. So make sure you are using a website that is in real time with MLS. I will drop our website below. I think it's a great tool to use to search for homes, and it updates very quickly with MLS. So that is a good tool for you guys to use if you're searching online. So just to make sure that everything is updating, you're not looking at houses that are already gone, and you're going to be upset when you call your realtor and they say that one's already under contract. So something else then, while you're looking online, because I know buyers love to do that, like I said, we are hunting on the market and off the market. So if a buyer comes to us and they say, we want to be in X neighborhood, and we look on the MLS and there is nothing on the market in there, we basically start talking to the homeowners in there. If anyone is interested in selling, we let them know we have a buyer that's extremely interested in being in that neighborhood. So we try to speak with homeowners off the market if they do have any desire to sell, and it could be a perfect match for you. So we don't want to just limit it to what's on the market. We also want to make sure that we're looking at other options for you as well, because there might be a seller out there that says, hey, if I have a perfect buyer, I will move. So that is a great option as well for navigating this market, is looking not just online, but also door knocking, putting those letters in the mail to people and asking them, if we had a buyer that would buy your house, which we do, would you want to sell it? So that's a great idea as well. Something else to do is when we actually get the list together and we physically go and we are looking at the houses. We always recommend that we look at as many as we can in one day with all decision makers. And the reason for that is if we go and we look at one house today, one house tomorrow, another house on Wednesday, and then you decide you want to bring your husband back and look at the house we looked at last week, chances are that house is already gone. Again, we're in a really, really fast-moving market here with low inventory, so we want to make sure when we go out and we are looking at houses that all people who are going to be living there or making the decision to buy are there, and that way you're not losing out on that house. So making sure all decision makers are there. And also, it's really good to look at as many as you can in one day, because again, if we look at one here, there sporadically, chances of them still being on the market are slim right now. So we just want to make sure we look at as many as we can, and you have the option if you want, to move forward with one of those houses. It's also easier to compare and contrast. So when you get home that day, you can say, okay, we looked at all these and compare and contrast them, much easier than talking about a house you saw last week on Wednesday and yesterday and the one we looked at that one night a couple weeks ago. Do you remember that one? It's hard to compare and contrast homes like that. So looking at them all in one day kind of makes that process easier. And then my last tip is to, when you're there in the house, we always give our buyers kind of a schedule of the day with info on the house and then little places to take notes. Take notes while you're in the house and try to name the house, because you're gonna get home, and even if you look at them all in one day, you're gonna go, what house had that laundry room we loved, or what house had that backyard that we just couldn't live without. So make notes and name the houses as you go through, and that way when you get home, you have it all on one sheet, and you have all your notes there. Take pictures, take videos, do whatever you need to do to try to remember those houses. So those are my 5 tips for navigating showings in this crazy market. I will say I think my partner Joel does a great job of finding homes for buyers before they get on the market. He's great at contacting homeowners and seeing, if there's any interest in them selling, because we have a great buyer that matches with that house. So I think he does a great job with that. Let us know if we can help you. We would love to. If you want a copy of the home buyer guide, let me know. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and stay warm.